Welcome back, everyone. The first of two exclusive championship matchups this week on WCW Worldwide. This is a young man, Tony, that we certainly have been very impressed with, especially here on this worldwide program. And Chris Harris has obviously drawn the attention of the matchmaking committee, the executive committee here in World Championship Wrestling that decides challengers for title bouts, because they have determined that Chris Harris is due a shot at the, well, whether you call it the Cruiserweight title or whether you put the Lance Storm spin on things and call it the 100 kilos and under championship belt. That's the title that he challenges for against this man, Elix Skipper. Prime time, Elix Skipper.
Prime time, Elix Skipper. You know what? I like Chris Harris. And I think it's very logical that the matchmakers give Harris a title shot. Maybe in the weeks to come we'll see him on a Thunder or WCW Monday Nitro. But right now, I want to tell you this. This is probably the greatest champion ever to be given a title. Elix Skipper did not earn the title. He was handed this Cruiserweight title by Lance Storm when we were in Canada recently. But the man is a good performer, and I bet you he's going to hold on to this 100-kilo title for a long, long time.
From the primary forces in this Team Canada alignment of Lance Storm and company, and Elix Skipper, and yes, he was handed the championship belt on the silver platter, but Tony, you can't deny that since gaining that title, he's been a fighting champion. He's been able to retain it against some of the top cruiserweights or 100-kilo and under competitors in the world today. But of course, many people would point out the use of that Grey Cup ring that Elix Skipper loves to employ to knock out his opponents.
Great turnaround that time by Harris into a hammerlock. Mike, you follow all types of sports. Mark Madden claims on our Nitro broadcast that Elix Skipper played for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, what Rough Riders? Every team in the CFL is named the Rough Riders, aren't they?
I think you and I will both agree that he didn't play in the CFL.
Not to my knowledge, he didn't. And when do you start believing Madden about anything?
That's a real good point.
Yeah, never refer to Madden as your reference source. To the ropes, and Chris Harris just leveled Elix Skipper, putting all of his weight behind him with the shoulder block. And then the running clothesline, a great follow-up move, takes him up and over and down to the arena floor.
What you need to do now is follow that up. Don't parade around the ring. Jump right down and get on Elix Skipper, because what he's doing, he had some momentum right there, Mike, but now basically he's kind of lost it because he's heeding the words of the referee.
Skipper slow to get to his feet. Harris goes for a slingshot move, using the top rope to propel himself up and over the top, and then out of the mount rains in a series of punches to the top of the head of the 100 kilos and under title holder. Now out on the arena floor, look out! Ring announcer Dave Penzer, fortunately for himself, moves out of the way at the last split second as Chris Harris sends Skipper face first into that steel guardrail. And Elix Skipper, prime time Elix Skipper, having a difficult time getting on track and getting going in this title bout against Chris Harris. He's going to need to turn it on. Maybe that shoulder block from the outside is a start.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Snapped off that head scissors.
I think Skipper's greatest attribute is his leg strength. You can't really see the muscle definition. Watch, here's the cover.
Off the belly to belly. Hook of the leg and a 2 count from referee Billy Silverman. Well, we see that leg strength combined with the agility, the ability to walk the top rope, cat-like quickness up to the top, connected with the missile drop kick.
He also wrestles with Air Jordans on. Not many do that, Mike.
It's part of being prime time, I think.
I guess it is.
Goes for the cover, gets 1, 2, and didn't quite have Chris Harris worn down enough to gain the 3 count that time. Harris still has something left in the tank, and he was able to kick out, but Skipper follows up by putting the boots to him. Putting the Air Jordans to him.
I guess that's what he's doing. What I want to say about the leg strength is because he has the sweatpants or the long tights on, so to speak, that you go, wow. You can't see the leg strength, the definition with the quadriceps and the calves, but he's very powerful in his legs, and that's his number one attribute, using the leg strength.
Excellent recovery by Harris, trying to mount a comeback. Quickly cut off by Skipper. Wow. Look at that move. All about avoiding your opponent, and when Chris Harris strung off the middle rope, Elix Skipper was just able to bend over back in a very unique maneuver. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before to avoid the contact.
He's the only one that uses it, I can tell you that, and he's very effective with it.
Now in the corner, just measuring Chris Harris. Series of right hands. Skipper sets him up. The deep arm drag out of the corner. You can see the effect there as Harris holds onto the elbow, and a 2 count from Skipper. Almost trying to pull the arm right out of his socket, and back to the basics now for Elix Skipper with the reverse chin lock.
Team Canada one down in the roster column with Carl Ouellette and his work visa that I guess the Cat had something to do with. But
the Cat rescinded it, didn't he?
I believe he did, but you know as well as I do that Lance Storm and Elix Skipper, and if and when Ouellette comes back, it's going to be really tough running for a lot of the USA athletes here in WCW.
The southpaw Harris fires in those punches in the corner, sends Skipper off, but then runs face first into the boot. Skipper with a clothesline. Both men now miss the clothesline. And spinning neck breaker by Harris. Needs to go for the pin attempt here to get that title.
It was a good execution. What happened on that spinning neck breaker was that Skipper hit every bit as hard to the mat as Harris did, and that's why Skipper cannot really make a cover now.
Fans firmly showing their support for the challenger. Chris Harris able to duck the move from Skipper. Pair of left hands rocks him. Sends him off into the ropes. Up into the air. The inverted atomic drop. And quickly follows up that move. Going to take him up suplex. The high vertical. And crashing down to the mat.
Tell you what, Mike, Chris Harris can win this thing. He just needs to get with it.
Another high-risk move on the way. Let's see if he can hit this with the same impact. Off the top rope, Chris Harris goes airborne. He hit the crossbody. Got 1, 2, and no.
Whoa, that was a close one, and Harris thought he had won it.
On the verge of a new Cruiserweight, 100 kilos and under champion, Chris Harris just comes up that much short. Another left hand rocks Skipper. Harris goes to send him off into the ropes. Skipper doubled him over. Oh, turned him around with that overdrive move. Goes for the cover and the 3 count.
Well, once again, he used the power of his legs to get the win with that overdrive maneuver. He's quite an athlete.
Skipper remains 100 kilos and under champ. Let's send it back to the studio for an update on the Fall Brawl lineup.